The Knicks fundamentally look like a different team, and I'll break this down into three parts. The first part early on in the season is we struggled with our offense. It looked stagnant at times. Since about like 3 games ago, I would say we fixed that. We actually run a lot of cool plays. We have a lot of player movement, a lot of ball movement, and everything flows and looks natural. The second issue I would say, and this was still an issue up till last game against the Nets, the first game against the Nets, we couldn't execute in the clutch. And this game against the Knicks, we also look like we fixed that. And I'm going to break down why next. And then the last part is the toughest one. The last part is our defense. Throughout the first 10 games of the season, we've been experimenting with different defensive schemes. And in this game against the Nets, it finally looked like we found a scheme that we think works. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's break it down. So let's first look at our offense in the clutch. I broke down the last Nets game and I asked for this exact play actually. This is a wide reverse and then Brunson's gonna reject this screen and dive into the paint. So watch him reject it, he dives in the paint, Cat gets the ball. He's gonna get this down screen from Josh Hart into this dribble handoff from Cat. Now, why is this different? In the clutch against the Nets game, which I'm gonna show clips of next, we usually went to Brunson as an isolation call, like this. We would just ISO him, have him walk the ball up, and we'll give him a screen. When he gets the screen, there's no momentum going downhill. In the last play, you saw him get that down screen into a dribble handoff with momentum. Now also, keep in mind Josh Hart here. Josh Hart's not expecting to get the ball. He just wanted to set that screen and let Brunson ISO. Instead, they're going to send a double, there's no secondary action, and our offense stagnates again. We get lucky with an OG bailout here, but this is just not good offense, right? This is last game. This is in the clutch. We need baskets. It's just not a free-flowing offense. Now, this is where we have a good compromise between running actions and running this Brunson ISO. We set this McHale pick, and then you can see Brunson has more momentum going downhill instead of side to side. And look at McHale. McHale's actually expecting to get the ball, as opposed to Hart in the last possession. McHale's turning and he knows that there's a secondary action, right? He's supposed to be the creator. They collapse and then we find Josh Hart in the corner for a wide open three. But you can see the difference, right? Josh Hart, watch this one. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to set a pick and then we're not expecting a secondary action. It's supposed to flow into a Brunson ISO. So watch Josh. He just kind of goes to the outside. They send a double. Shot clock's running out, and then we have no good offense to run, right? So even a 1 game difference, you can see the difference in what we're expecting out of that same exact play. You're going to see McHale again in this example, or this might be OG actually. Oh no, this is McHale. So McHale's going to come up, he's going to set this pick, and you're going to see the same thing. He's expecting the pass. He's trying to free himself up for a pass, gets the pass, and then he's the creator of a secondary action. So it looks a lot better, right? It doesn't look like this stagnant offense anymore. Watch this. Brunson in the last game is going to get doubled. And then Campaign's going to get it. We're just going to get Brunson the ball again to get another screen so that he can get doubled again. Our play call in these situations very clearly was get Brunson the ball and get out of the way. Now watch this. It's going to be the same situation. They're going to send a double to Brunson. Brunson's going to give the ball up very quickly, but Josh is going to look to create a play, right? Get it to McHale, McHale gets a mid-range. And that's just a very small difference that was made from last game to this game. And if you watch both games, the offense looks so much better this game versus last game. Last game we almost gave it up and we got saved by an incredible shot and by an incredible block. But this game, everything looked good. We had the lead, we didn't give it up, and our offense was flowing. We were still finding opportunities to score. Now let's move on to the defensive side of the ball. The top of your screen, you'll notice OG on Cam Thomas. And this is a new switch. For the first 8-9 games, McHale was our primary point of attack defender on the best players. Mitchell, Tatum, Halliburton, Trae Young. We're starting to shift to OG as our primary, which makes a lot more sense to me. He's just stronger at the point of attack. The second thing I want you to notice is when we get screens, we're going to start to trap. So watch the screen here. Before, we used to have McHale go over the screen and then Cat in drop. Now we're sending Cat out to trap this, and then we're expecting everyone else to rotate. In this position, McHale actually fails to rotate correctly, so he's not tagging Clowney. Instead, he goes back out to Schroeder, and there's an easy dunk. But the philosophy has changed, right? The philosophy is now to trap, As you see here, there goes Sims' traps. Sims is a little slow to recover. He should actually recover right now when the ball gets picked up, but he just stays around. But still, this is a good possession. No advantages created, and now they're deep in the shot clock. One-on-one defense. We have great wing defenders one-on-one, right? If you're not put in action, it's just lockdown. So watch this. Mikhail and Kat, they still play this two-man game when Mikhail's a primary defender. Watch this though. Mikhail getting over the screen. He's gonna put his hand on Schroeder, which is gonna let him recover a lot easier than when he's just getting blown by screen. So even that small shift has changed a good amount. And then this is the last thing. We're gonna trap Cam Thomas off this guard switch. I don't know if I want to be trapping off a guard switch because it's just two elite wing defenders. We don't have to put ourselves in rotation, especially with Kat in our back line. But still, we rotate fine, right? So our rotations are good. I talked about it in the Bulls game. I actually talked about it in the Sixers game, where this could work, this trap defense. We actually ran this trap defense the entire game, and it looked like it was pretty good. And then here's just a highlight clip of Dadier just switching. Great defense all around, and great contest. So just to recap, the first thing early in the season that we struggled with was just the offense in general, and we fixed that by running better plays. The second thing was we ran better plays, but our offense in the clutch was still really stagnant. In this game, we saw a small shift that made our offense look really good. And then lastly, our defense was always bad. And the fear was that it could never recover. But in this game, we ran a different defensive scheme with OG as the point of attack primary defender, and it did look a lot better. That's why I think the Knicks fundamentally look different, and I'm very hopeful for the future. As always, if you enjoyed the film breakdown, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I love making this content, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. See you guys.